Yeah, it's good.
You're good?
Yeah, I thought we were starting previously.
All right. So I just gotta make sure this is live, and it is. Go back to this one. Sorry. Test one. Well, I just hit start. Well, before you got up, but if you got a minute, I gotta test the alerts real quick. Oh yeah, I gotta mute the dilly. Shut that off. Mute that. Put that right over here so that we can see the. And we're good. And we're just waiting for Dirk to get back.
Dirk?
Dirk.
I wish his name was Dirk.
It is Dirk. However you want to say it.
No, not Derek. Or
Dirk.
Dirk.
Dirk?
D-I-R-K, Dirk.
Dirk. My mom's got a kid named Derek she works with that she calls Dirky.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Man, my spatial relation's off right now.
You can do it.
I think I did it. Bam.
That's perfect. You couch Chase's head just the way it should be. Oh, he has his V8.
What? He didn't have his V8 because he's laying down?
Yeah. You never saw the old commercials with the V8 guy? He's like walking crooked. And
I just know V8's like one of the grossest things that's ever been created.
Well, yes, but...
I also don't like Bloody Marys, which are pretty gross.
Yeah, I agree. Tomato juice in general is not...
Yeah, Bloody Mary is gross.
I mean, I like tomato soup, but...
I don't even really like tomatoes.
Oh, a little bit of grilled cheese to dip in it? Oh, it's pretty good. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming to the Game King Presents Monday Musings. I am Josh. Over here we have the store owner, Derek, the manager, Nicholas, and Jerry.
I get to be Nicholas today.
Hi. All right, so I'm going to start the clock on this, and we're going to get into some upcoming events. We have added a few things to our weekly schedule. As usual, it will be listed below in the description of our YouTube video. You can also find a full list of our weekly events on the Facebook page, right? We update that once a week. The two that are being added are L5R on Tuesdays, right?
Yes.
And that's is it still playtesting or?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The game doesn't come out until October 5th, so we're
soon.
using proxies just to get
For the
up
next
and
week
going.
or two.
Yeah,
Right.
just play testing, demos, if anybody wants to learn how to play.
And you guys will eventually start doing like some kind of competitive playing. on
Yeah.
Right,
stage,
right.
Yeah.
As soon as the
Yep. And then Thursdays you have your Destiny League, correct? Is
Yep,
this
Star
the one
Wars
where you're
Destiny.
adding the packs once a week or something like
Yep.
that? Or
Yes.
We're
Cool.
starting the new one today. Sorry, not today. This
Thursday?
Thursday.
Nice. All right. On top of that, this month, or October
October.
marks the 5th year that Game King has been open, where game is game and king is king. And as in honor of that, these two guys have set up an entire month of events. An event every day, right?
festivities shall happen.
Let the festivities begin. The last day, we set up a metal pole and we air our grievances. That's
I thought that was every day.
so they're going to go over some of these events coming up.
every day.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of grievances to be had, aren't there?
So we're going to go
say
over
so.
this.
The other
Grab my
boss.
coffee. Sorry.
Damn right.
You guys can start going over the.
All right, so we made a sheet of some of the highlights of events that we're having, and Nick will read them off.
I spelled upcoming wrong, didn't I? It's only one.
Yes,
minute.
Yeah.
yeah, there's only one of them.
Oh Lord.
All right, so like Derek said, we have a bunch of stuff coming up on starting the first Monday of October for Adventurers League. We're gonna kind of pause what we've been doing and do a month-long run-through of Ravenloft, which is a classic gothic horror D&D
Very
setting.
popular one. Even I've heard of it.
Yeah, like that's where like
That's from
Strahd
like or like 3rd edition, right?
It's been around since first edition.
yeah.
First, really?
Yeah.
The
a lot of the iconic artwork and stuff from D&D is, if it's like got the horror-y theme, it's probably from Ravenloft.
one of the co-creators of the Dragonlance setting created Ravenloft.
Nice. So we'll be switching to that for a month for the Adventurers League.
Yeah,
Right.
for Halloween.
I'm assuming
celebrating
it's-
Halloween.
nice.
you
Yeah.
know.
So we
So
thought
your
that'd be
adventurers are basically just going to this world for your drop in, drop out. D&D weekly.
Well, drop in, not so much drop out, because the rules of
Ravenloft are a little.
no.
just the way
In Adventurers League, there's like,
Seasons.
for whatever reason, if you make like a character in one of these other settings, you can't go back to another Adventurers
But it's
League.
still pretty open for.
Yeah,
coming in.
it's
Yeah.
pretty open. I didn't even want to like kind of bring it up because it's almost irrelevant, but
Yep.
if we were going there, right?
So that's more of a month long event. That's every.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That'll be every Monday for the month. And then, like we mentioned a few minutes ago, we're starting our second Star Wars Destiny League on Thursday. First one went over really well. I think we put together a really solid sealed format for the game, and everybody really seems to be enjoying it. It's a great way to learn the game, build up a collection of cards and dice, because there have been all kinds of issues with supply, and really like get going.
Yeah, the game is extremely fun. If you're a fan of Star Wars or you like games in general, like even if you're not a Star Wars fan, like the game is fun by itself. So you can come in, give it a try. This is a perfect time to get in because, as Nick mentioned, there was a real issue with the supply, so nobody actually has like a lot of it. So you'd be basically on the same footing as everybody else.
Yeah, I had a good time. I learned how to play.
I believe
What was your favorite part about it?
Star Wars.
But mechanically speaking, what was your
I
favorite
don't know.
part?
That's a fair enough
It was
reason.
easy.
What
think it's kinda
about it was
complicated.
easy?
All you had to do was roll dice.
Oh, is that all you had to do?
That's all you have to do.
Oh, well.
That's the best part of the game. All right, so
Well, that is a fun part of the
we're
game.
about the halfway mark of the
Okay.
upcoming events.
All right,
On
then
the
we
top.
have Tuesday L5R.
Yep.
We'll be running demos until the release, and then once the release, we'll start doing some.
I mean, we have the whole list here. You can come down and check it out. We'll also post it online.
What are some of your favorite things on there? You still got 5 minutes.
I like the leagues. The leagues are great because they're open-ended. You come, you get some amount of supply, and that's what you use for the rest of the league. So we have a HeroClix League. We have the Destiny League. When L5R comes up, that's a living card game, so you just get everything. You don't have to hunt booster packs and stuff. So there's not really much need for a limited league in there, but we'll probably have some sort of a league. Magic the Gathering. Wizards of the Coast has really been pushing like league and league type of activities. And what's cool is they're a huge company, so they give you a lot of free, cool stuff just for joining the league. So, like, the last few leagues for Magic, you buy 3 boosters, you make a deck out of that, so you're on the same footing as everybody else. 3 boosters is not a big expenditure. And you get, like, a cool box, and there's usually some other, like, promo or some such involved. And as far as Standard Showdown goes, which is the tournament that they've been really pushing, it's very casual, and you get, just about everybody gets a booster pack just for showing up for free on top of whatever prize support that we get, and it's loaded with foils and rares. It's like 4 rares and foils.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's like
I
it's
gotta
a
stop
great.
listening to you guys when you talk about Magic.
It really is a great time to be playing games. Like a lot of these programs have like really good prize support. The games are super fun. Like we're at a point where there's been so many games that a lot of these companies have learned what makes a good game, and they're able to do it. And a lot of these games are based on properties that we've grown up with and love.
So they're still familiar while being new. And
Right.
good.
So
Yeah.
it's just like a really good time.
What's your favorite? What are you looking forward to most on this list of stuff upcoming? Would you say?
Well, for me, Legend of the Five Rings is like
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's
dumb question.
given. Well, we know, but
What about
people watching might not know.
if they've ever watched another one of these shows, they know.
No, you're gonna know.
What about one-off?
We're doing the Civil War draft towards the end of...
Is that HeroClix?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so basically, every now and then, Wizkids comes out with a special set of boosters that can't be sold outright. They have to be used for an event, and every event has a certain theme.
And these are like limited edition only for this?
Yeah, so
Very
last
cool.
year, about a year ago, they had the Civil War. And what it is you draft characters, and you're trying to do either pro-registration or anti-registration. And they're unique booster packs that you could only get for this event, and we've just had them. And we had a lull in players, and now we have a lot of players, and things are going really good. So we're going to try the draft. So
Very
I
cool.
wanted to do it for a while, but we didn't have enough players to do it, and now things are really, really in a good spot for HeroClix, and we're able to do that, and I'm very excited for it.
And what about you? What are you looking forward to most? That's not one of those two things.
I'm super excited about the next Destiny League. I really like the game a lot. It's probably one of my favorite games now.
It's a pretty fun game. I'm actually, if it was like, just because of the timing, it's one of the few things I can't participate in, but it's...
So that I'm playing Ravenloft. Ravenloft's an awesome setting.
You've played it before, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around.
I've
You've been a nerd for a long time.
been playing D&D for a long time. I
You
like to
invented
admit.
D&D.
He is a big nerd. Double entendre.
Good one.
I know, I thought so.
So, Paul, what are you excited about? Which event?
Paintball Space Marine.
I don't see that on this list. That's weird.
Is that really a thing, or do you just...
Yeah, no. We haven't really published the events that we'll be doing on our game day yet. We're still trying to finalize the list, but
I know I need to talk to you guys about
we'll
something.
have we will have the paintball paint and take skirmish for either, well, I guess it'll be 40K or Age of Sigmar. So basically, you get a free figure. We'll more than likely prime it and build it ahead of time, but you play a little skirmish game. Whenever you hit one of your opponents, you get to dot their figure with paint, just like getting hit with a paintball. And once they get 3 hits, they're dead. And then you get to keep the figure, and we'll have a little tutorial on how to
Do you get to keep everyone you
Yep.
kill?
Oh, no, you
No.
don't get to keep everyone.
Oh,
You
That'd
keep
be cool.
your figure.
You get to keep your figure, and afterwards you get to paint
But
it.
it's
and
still
we'll
a
have-
free figure.
Yeah, it's
and
a free
Games Workshop
figure,
made.
and then it's a free painting class
Awesome.
afterwards.
So it's a fun way to learn the basics of playing the game. You get a figure, you get to learn how to paint. It's cool.
Yeah, and the figures are... Games Workshop figures are...
They're the best in the
They're
world.
the best.
Yep.
They're-
And I've been working with some pretty bad figures, so as much as I don't like shitting on that game.
But we've seen a lot of good figures, too, from other companies,
Yeah, yeah.
and Games Workshop's still the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that there's going to be a 40K tournament. We still need to talk about when we're going to set that up, right?
Yep. There'll be a 40K tournament, Age of Sigmar tournament.
Yep,
Yep.
so we'll have the list coming up, and time's up. Next.
Time is up. All right, so we're going to switch over to our unboxing. I'm going to put us on 20 minutes there because I feel like that's plenty to open up 3-packs. Or do you want to go with a half hour?
20 minutes is probably fine. So we'll start
Alright.
off with the...
I didn't hit next yet. All right, now you can talk.
So we'll start off with the Planeswalkers decks. Every set now, they come out with new Planeswalker decks. They are a replacement of the old starter decks. They're actually really good, pound for pound. I think these are some of the best decks that, as far as a starting product that Wizards comes out
pre-built
with
decks that are
regularly.
more competitive,
Yeah.
is that what you mean? Or
No, they're not competitive.
No.
What do you mean by
They're
better?
meant for an intro
Just
deck.
more fun?
Yeah, before it was like a random assortment of cards in a color combination, and the decks really didn't work well together.
Yeah.
It was just like a bunch of
better
cards
fun.
thrown in a deck with some shiny foil on the front. These are streamlined, and they have cards that you can only get in these decks. They all come with a Planeswalker, and they come with 2 booster packs for $15. So right away, your 2 booster packs is worth $8. So that means for $7, you're getting a deck with unique cards in it and a Planeswalker. So it's a great place to start a Magic deck.
Yeah.
And it's also really fun to play them against each other and stuff. So I'm an experienced player, but I don't want to play one of my tournament decks against a new player or somebody that I'm teaching. So this is what I would ideally use, or a trial deck.
Oh, absolutely. Whenever I'm playing with, and not to say that I'm the best player in the world, but whenever I'm playing with somebody that's never played before, I always recommend getting the dual decks or something that is inherently even.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just be infinite combo on turn 3.
Right.
Right.
That's a D. Yeah.
I mean, you would think that's common sense, but you would be surprised at like
Some
how
people
somebody
just wanna
teaching.
stomp.
Yeah, somebody will be teaching somebody how to play curb stomp them, and then wonder why they have nobody to play the game with.
Yeah.
Be like, how much fun did you just give that player? On
Yep.
a scale of 1 to none.
So these are a big step forward from the old intro decks. There's like actual synergies and like.
So how much do one of these things cost?
$15, and you get 2 booster packs. So it's like basically you're paying $7 for the deck.
Yeah.
So I opened this one yesterday.
And the 2 boosters, damn.
So I didn't open the boosters yet. I figured
Do you mind
I'd
if I
save it
open
for
one of
this.
those?
No,
I
go ahead. Open one of those bad
I haven't got
boys
to
up.
open any one of these.
But this one comes with Jace. What was it? Indigenous.
Who nobody
What did
likes.
Brandon say?
Yeah,
Indigenous
indigenous.
Mind Sculptor. Ingenious.
B. Jones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Indigenous Mind Sculptor. He's a fine card. The thing with these is that they are intentionally marginal. They don't want to force players to have to buy these to be competitive.
Yep.
But they're fine.
But it's still Jace, so you don't want
Right, and it's Jace. And you can only get it in this deck. So, 6 mana, +1 draw a card, +1 untap all creatures you control, -9, give up to 3 target, gain control of up to 3 target creatures. That's actually really powerful.
Yeah.
But it comes with cards that you can only get in the deck,
This is like
as
a
well
pirate
as
team?
some other rares. Yeah, there's pirates, vampires.
It's vampire pirates and stuff. The artwork
Dinosaurs,
on these is
merfolk.
very nostalgic. For whatever reason, this artwork reminds me of like earlier. Like I know it's a lot cleaner. It's not like as
Yeah, no, it definitely has a high fantasy feel to it. It's not like science fiction-y at all, which is one of the reasons why I
that
kinda
seems like a
it.
decent card.
Yep. So this is called a buddy land because you need another land for it to come into play untapped. So you need a buddy to make it work. They've been printed quite a few times before.
It still
but-
seems like a really good land.
But
though.
they're very good lands, and the artwork on these is, I'm pretty sure, it's far superior to the other ones.
Yeah. The artwork's great on those.
I should do artwork on this one because it's really cool.
I generally care about my priority list is it foil? Is it foreign foil? Like the artwork is generally pretty low on the scale of what I feel about a card, how bad I want it. But I have to say that this cycle of Buddy Lands, the artwork is far superior to the other ones, and I might actually try to chase these down and replace my
Go
other
for
ones.
15. Oh no, that was a booster pack. Right?
Even though I have
Why is this
foreign
not-
foils of the
Oh,
other ones.
interesting.
But the artwork on these is great. The green-red one has like a little dinosaur in the background. These had like the shipwrecks because it's the pirates.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm sure that the one of them has some vampires on it, probably the white-red.
Look, vampire. Wait, there we go. Vampire pirate.
So this grasping current. Oh, why are we so blurry?
I fixed the.
This grasping current is one of the cards that you can only get in the Jace Planeswalker deck. It's 5 mana, sorcery.
Pretty sweet. Let's see if we can.
Return up to 2 creatures to their owner's hands, and then you search for this Jace and put it in your hand.
Oh, so it's specifically a graveyard dig for that one card.
No, it gets
Deck.
it out of your deck. It tours it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a
Yeah,
tutor,
no.
but only for that card.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just not out of your graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
actually, it's
said that
both,
wrong.
isn't it? Is it your,
Is
your
it
library
graveyard?
or graveyard?
Oh, so it's both.
Ha, well, I was.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
half right.
I thought-
we were
I thought-
both half
I thought-
right.
I
Together
thought-
we'll make.
I thought I paused that for a second and just made something up that was irrelevant.
Wow, that was a huge Damn. How the mighty have fallen.
But
So yeah, again, I think if that was an instant, the card would probably be broken. But it's a sorcery. It's still fair. And again, it's marginally playable.
It is
in a
5
tournament
cost.
deck.
It's heavy cost.
Well, you bounce to 2 creatures, and depending on the matchup, that could be
I mean,
really good.
Oh,
If
this
you
one.
had,
And you
if you
tutor
had some
fish.
like 8 cost creatures or something like that.
Well,
yeah.
no, say they have 2 3-cost creatures, and you're on turn 5. You bounce them both.
Swing for the win.
so
No, then you play this, and then next turn you can play that or do something else.
this guy's also really cool. This is one of the
I
other
believe
unique
this is
cards.
another one of the cards that you can only get in there. Now, Merfolk is one of the themes, and they kind of like give each other bonuses, tokens, stuff like that. So having another cost-effective Merfolk that can become unblockable is probably really good. So we'll have to see how that one pans out.
This deck's actually really cool. This guy's awesome. You thought
I thought this guy was a rare. Brandon Jones had this against me in one of the flights that we did, and I thought that guy was a rare. It wasn't until I opened this deck that I realized it was uncommon. That's what the power level on that thing is.
So, like I said, one of the really cool things about these new intro decks, Planeswalker
really
decks,
good. Very versatile.
There's
Yeah.
actual synergy in the decks.
I mean,
so
3 mana for 3/3 is not terrible. It's fair. And he puts +1/+1 counters on things and then lets you draw cards.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The artwork on some of these is just, look at that. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of flavor. Like,
Isn't that sweet how good the camera can be when it wants to?
like there's a card Skullduggery and Hijack and all kinds of cool, like, flavorful cards.
Why does Duggery have a skull?
Skullduggery
Is
is
he
something
undead?
that pirates
Is he
engage
undead?
in.
Is it because they're undead?
No.
So this is one of the pre-release packs that you would have gotten if you come to the pre-release. It's pretty cool. So you get 6 packs.
And you
In,
make
in this
right?
particular one, it's all Ixalan. Damn it. Oh, it hurts. I said again. I'm a bad boy.
Oh, I thought you were farting. You were just like,
I know.
No, that was
it's like,
my.
too much buffalo wings.
I wish I had buffalo wings. That would be nice. Is that my punishment?
What?
You haze me with buffalo wings because I said So, anyways,
No.
so you open it up, you open all your packs, and then you build a sealed booster pack. Sealed booster.
Which I think is the
Deck.
best way to play Magic.
Right. So again, equal footing. You get the cards. These cards don't even come out until next Friday, so you get them a week early.
Yeah.
It
It's
comes-
equal footing, but you have more control over it than draft.
Right. So it's fairly skill based. I mean, somebody might get a haymaker that you just can't deal with, but for the most part, you have
Just
7 rares and I have 7 rares. On average, they should be about equal.
Do you mind if I take this out of the pack, or you want to leave it in there?
You can take it out of the pack.
It just will show up with less.
So you get a foil rare or mythic rare with every kit on top of your 6 boosters.
You open that for me,
And
so it's
that's
not my
what
fault.
helps make these so cool. And you also get to play it in the tournament.
I thought you weren't allowed to use the promos in tournaments.
Well, now
They
that they
changed
come
it.
out with the random one, you can use it.
That's because it was always the same before.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Everybody had the same deck.
Before, if they gave a really broken white mythic rare, and you weren't going white, anybody who went white would be ahead of you. But now that it's random, nobody is particularly ahead of anybody.
That's a hot foil.
It's about room temperature. Womp. That is actually super nice. Dude, sometimes this
Yeah, the ability is actually pretty relevant. A lot of vampire strategies have to do with forcing your opponent to lose life while you gain life. And then they generally run enchantments that do the same thing, so they like all the opposite. And then you can basically have like a series of infinite combos with them. So it makes like it gives a fair strategy a chance to compete with unfair strategies.
So you get a 3/4 for 4, which isn't ideal, but not horrible at all by any means.
Right.
It's about average.
Right.
And then anytime it's basically a vampire lord. Anytime you attack with him, or any vampire, which would include him,
Yes.
Yes.
you gain a life and they lose a life.
Yes.
So seems really good to me.
Yeah, the ability is really good, especially when you start stacking it with like their other inherent abilities.
Yeah, if you have like 3 dudes that all give something to a vampire, all of a sudden you have a very lethal threat on the board.
Right, and like I said, the enchantments that generally get run with them are like when a player gains life, when you gain life, they lose life. When they lose life, you gain life. So you start like double stacking.
Yeah, it's a 2-point swing for every point.
Yeah.
I just like the artwork on that one. I think that's really good.
Well, actually, it's like a 4-point swing if you think about it, because they're going down 2 and you're going up 2.
Oh, 2. I thought you meant 1, but yeah.
So, you get a spin down life counter, which
Has the
We've all
set
seen
symbol
before, but it's
in
got
the
top
set
spot.
symbol, yeah.
it's like no matter how many of those that you have, you'll A, lose a bunch of them, and B, you just can't really have enough of those. They're super handy at being life counters because they go in order so you can find the total easier.
Isn't it pretty?
And then you get your boosters. Boosters.
Well, I already opened 2. You got one each open 2.
Fine, bro. Paul doesn't really know what's going on in this.
Full Black Lotus.
He'll huff and he'll puff and he'll blow your house down. The big
Well-
bad wolf.
Awesome.
So I got Settle the Wreckage as my rare. I think this card is amazing. It's kind of an instant board wipe. Exile all attacking creatures target player controls. That player may search his or her library for that many basic lands, put those cards onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle his or her library. An interesting side effect is you could possibly do that to yourself if you had like a bunch of like weenies, say, and you attack with them. You can use this to ramp yourself. I don't know if that's ideal, but it can certainly be done, and I have a feeling that it will be done
Yeah.
more than once.
All right, so my pack was super cool.
I'm still on my pack.
Oh, sorry.
So you exile a bunch of your cards to... You exile X amount of creatures to pick up X amount of cards.
Yeah, well, basically, you would more than likely want to do that to your opponent. So when they're attacking you, you just exile their board.
They get a bunch of cards,
land.
which is...
They get a bunch of land.
Yeah.
But that's...
So how would you... If you did it to yourself, you would just put the weenies out and not care that they're exiled and they're just... Oh,
Right.
Who cares?
So, like, if you had 10 mana... Let's say Emrakul was still legal. Or there's a bunch of, like, dinosaurs that are really, really big for a lot of mana. If you have some useless creatures that you were just using to defend with to stall long enough for you to get those dinosaurs out, you could attack with them and exile them yourself and then use the land to cast the big baddie. The big bad wolf who huffs and puffs and blows your house down.
Sometimes it just doesn't want to... Look, it's still focusing on...
You're not laughing at my joke, Paul. I don't know why.
That's some of this artwork is just... That's my... Still, to this day, my favorite part about Magic is the artwork, without a doubt. Like, it's a good game. Not pooing on it. But I love it when cards have a good quote and a name that goes along with the picture. Like, I can't remember specifically, but the card Rancor is, like, triple. It's got awesome artwork that goes with the quote and with the name, or the name in the quote. And I can't remember what it does, but I remember Rancor being like a card that just blew me out of the water with how well put together it was. Like, I don't care anything about game balance or whatnot, but just like aesthetically, it is a perfect card. So this is the one I got, which was at the beginning of your upkeep, you may reveal a dinosaur card from your hand. If you do, you gain 2 life. Seems all right. I mean, you can do that every turn.
Yep.
And it's also a tutor for any dinosaur card.
Yeah.
So, pretty decent. These are the 2 that you had to show me. Are these just for...
No, those are just cool. Like,
for
the
artwork
artwork on that card's pretty sick. And then, what's more flavorful than a pirate sword?
That's cool.
Soup.
But
Soup is more flavorful than a pirate sword.
Unless that pirate sword just came out of soup.
so this
I don't know. The soup would be flavorful, but it would just be on a pirate sword.
Yeah, but it's part of it. If it's
No, it's not part of it because it doesn't like become ingrained in it.
Yeah, it's in the little... See the little crevices on the back, the scaling part?
But then it's still only in the crevice. It's not actually
It's
part
engraved.
of
It's
it.
literally engraved.
Like when you become like soup, everything becomes like one pretty much.
So this is really cool.
Well, if the sword is in the soup, does it become part of the soup?
But then the soup would still be the tastier part.
So this is cool. This is a full of like one of my favorite swamps that I've ever seen.
I've seen better ones.
It has a giant mushroom in it. It's wicked cool.
Oh, that's cool. And it's foil.
I'm just trying
And
to
my
Is
rare
that a pirate ship right there?
Yeah.
It's hard to see. Oh, there we go.
I'm pretty sure it's a pirate ship.
What is that? Hot?
You can't spell pirate without irate.
And my rare is super cool too because it's...
Why don't you tell us what it does?
It's
Oh,
a
I've never
flip
seen
card.
that before.
So it starts off as an equipment.
Oh, it's like in the moon... What was the...
Dreadful.
That was... what series was that?
Shadows of Innistrad.
Or was it just...
Innistrad,
Both.
Yeah.
basically.
It's a 2-drop, 2 equipment. It gives +2/+1. When it comes into play, your opponent gets 2/0/2 plant tokens with Defender. And then if you deal combat damage to your opponent, it flips over. And it basically is a, what was it, Lotus Veil?
Yeah, Lotus Veil.
It taps for 3 of any color.
It actually says Lotus Veil, right?
So Ixalan's very...
Lotus
Ixalan's also very pirate heavy. It's not just American dinosaurs.
Right, it's pirates, vampires, dinosaurs,
and
merfolk are like the major.
But the land side's really cool. It's all themed like a map.
So you can play this... Oh, it transforms into the land?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of knights and
at
like
3 mana of any one color?
It's pretty much always wizards. But
Damn.
Knights are pretty relevant, but I wouldn't say that they were a major
That's really good.
Yeah.
I got some pirate ship.
pirate.
Well, my other pack, my mythic rare was the Lord of the Pirates.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
He doesn't have the name... He doesn't have a beard, and it looks
It's
like...
a woman.
Margaret Thatcher, kind of. Yeah, it can't be a Lord of the Pirates. Not because of the woman, but because of no beard. You have to have a beard to be Lord of the Pirates. Come on.
Well, she's a pilot.
And it doesn't say, it just says
She's a pilot?
She's a pirate lord.
She's a pilot, Lord?
Pirate.
Did you say pilot?
Yeah, I misspoke. It happens to people.
No, I didn't know
sometimes.
I didn't know if I was making it up or if...
Nope, I
actually
legitimately
said pilot.
fumbled my
Or no,
words.
who's the lady that likes to cook with butter? Julia
Julia
Childs.
Childs.
That's who this looks like. This is Julia Childs,
No.
the pirate.
It's...
Yeah, it does look like her a bit.
Damn it, who's the...
Paul would know, because when he was around 40 and she first came on TV, he had a poster of her hanging above his bed. That's why his hands are so hairy.
I always wondered that.
Does anybody get that, or is that a little too
No.
out there? No, it's...
She does everything you want a pirate to do. She steals your opponent's stuff and makes all your pirates work harder.
Pretty good. This is the one I got.
And she's legendary, so I guarantee people will be chasing her for commander.
Did I open 2 packs?
Is that your legendary?
That's my grab.
Oh yeah, I got this one.
Sunbird Invocation.
Wait, did I open 2 packs?
Let's see what it does. I
That's
didn't
cool
even read
artwork.
it. Yeah. Whenever you cast a spell from your hand, reveal the top X cards of your library, whereas X is the spell's converted mana cost. You may cast card revealed that way that converted mana cost X or less without paying in mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's really good.
Did you open an extra pack?
I opened up 2. You gave me 2.
I opened up
I thought I
2.
had 2
Yeah, I
too.
opened up one.
You did.
Alright, so I got this.
And this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What other rare did I open?
You only opened 1 pack.
There's one,
So
one
where's-
pack over there that's not open. Oh, it
No.
is opened.
There were 6 packs. You opened 1.
These are the
You
2
gave
I
me and
opened.
Josh 2
And then
each.
there's the one I opened
And
from
you
the
gave Paul
other
one.
thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8.
7, 8.
2 from there. 6 from this. These are the 3 I opened. So he just opened 3.
You took
There's
one.
1 from him
Nope.
and those 2.
You opened 3.
No, I didn't.
You opened one of my packs.
No, I didn't. You
Well,
hand me
there's
2.
three
You hand Paul 1. You handed him
Well, there's
2.
4 wrappers right there.
One of them was from the deck.
This one's mine.
Alright, so there's the 1. These are the 3 I opened. You hand me the 2, and I get the 1 from the other thing. You get the 1 from the deck, and you open 2.
You opened the extra pack.
Where's the other wrapper? We're missing a wrapper then. 1, 2, 3, 4,
This-
5, 6, 7, 8. So
This
if you open
thing's-
2 packs from the 6, he opened 1.
And
I
you-
opened
No,
2.
you know what it is? I gave
Oh,
him
no,
a
no.
pack.
You
I
gave-
gave you 2 packs. I gave you 2 packs, and I have a pack.
So it's just 1 for you, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
I figured it out a while ago.
But I did try to give it back to
It
you.
was just fun to bring that.
Alright, so that's all the cool, super cool shit from Ixalan. It's just really flavorful series. And it seems it's... Is it just me, or I was hearing people talk? I haven't got a chance to play this yet. I might not, because I'm trying not to ever play Magic. Not for any fault of Magic, other than I don't want to invest in Magic ever again. But I was hearing from a lot of people that this format is slower and more interesting. Like, the power curve is completely going in the other direction, which I think is really healthy for Standard. I prefer a game of Magic to last at least 8 turns. I don't like a game that is short. That it's like, oh, I beat you because of 1 misplay in turn 2. This game is over in turn 4. I don't like that. I like playing a game where there are several interactions, and there's a lot of back and forth, and that you can win even after making 2 mistakes. Like,
I would say sealed for this set. There's a lot of play involved.
I think that's what...
I think 8 turns is reasonable for this format. I mean, there'll be games where you win on turn 5.
But that's
I would
rare
think that
in
was a
anything.
fast fast game. There were games where I was trying to end the game on turn 5, but I would say 8 turns is more relevant.
Cool. All right, looks like we're all done with the unboxing, and we have finished it. We're on schedule today, guys. So we're going to switch over to parting shots, which is my personal favorite part of the show. Basically, Paul's mad. He's given the face because usually we rip on Paul a little bit, but that's only because he doesn't ever contribute other than when we're ripping on him. But parting shots is basically us. This is our time to go off the rails, and I think we did a lot better job today as far as keeping on track.
Yeah.
We can do this every time the show.
I think we just had to verbalize that we needed to keep it on track and not go on.
But that's like a perfect amount. Overall, how did you feel about this weekend? Did you like the pre-release? How did everything?
I thought the pre-release was great. I had more fun in the set than a considerable time. I can't remember. I'm sure, like, there's been sets that I enjoyed, so I'm not trying to say like I haven't had fun, but I just had like a real lot of fun. Again, it goes back to the fact that the power level is, I feel, lower, and that means that there's more push and pull. So you have to fight harder to get a point of damage across, and that to me is closer to what I enjoy in Magic.
Yeah, I agree. Like that's why I've always stayed.
Like a lot of the creatures are like
formats.
2/1s and 1/2s, or if you like attacked, you might be able to get a guy to get a +1/+1 counter.
No siege rhinos.
No.
No. I mean, there's a couple big fat dinosaurs, but that's their thing.
And they're probably a little costly.
They're more costly, yeah.
Like the dinosaurs
they're
are
definitely very strong.
big, they're strong, they're dangerous, but they're slow to come out. The creatures that are fast are
they probably come out quicker if they're a little more confident or
but
have
they're
a better
weaker
social structure around them.
Well, basically, like their 1-drops are not aggressive at all. They have like an 0-3 that reduces the cost of dinosaurs, and they have like a 2-drop that makes mana for dinosaurs, and there's another one that reduces mana, I believe, for dinosaurs. So they have their early game is very slow, but then their mid to late game is very powerful.
Gotcha. So when we did run the Twitch all weekend, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do a great job of actually like
it was raw footage.
Down and
raw footage, which is
and a bunch of times like we were just trying to like get things going and we forgot to seat people over there. So definitely needs improvement, but it's more than we've done in the past. So
I think, and this is I'm not speaking for the store at this moment, but if any of you guys that ever watch this are interested in being shoutcasters, basically where you sit and comment, you watch the feed live, commentators on. During events, which are only every few months, like nothing.
Every 3 months, generally.
Yeah, the pre-releases and when we have a big PPTQ or something like that. If anybody's ever interested in doing that, talk to the store. I'm sure we can work something out that'll make both parties happy.
Yeah.
Right. And we're always looking for constructive feedback, how we figured out that we should probably shorten.
From 3 hours.
Opposite of lengthening.
First episode was 3.5 hours.
So that was based on feedback. So we're trying to be more concise, straight to the point, less random crap. Unless it's
little less Paul, a little more.
Paul. That's a mainstay.
So if you see Paul wearing like a paper bag next show, it'll be because somebody suggested it.
But that's all I got. I mean, it was a busy weekend. We had a lot to do, so we didn't really have time to like do much other than playing events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, sad. All we could do all weekend was playing events.
It was super crowded, like. And how about the sales? Did you guys do good on those, or?
Oh, we did fairly well on the sales. No complaints.
A lot of stuff. How much were the pops going for? Just curious.
$9, I think.
Yeah.
And that's how much off? I'm not sure what.
A couple dollars off.
$2.
I saw that a lot of the playmats were like half price.
Yeah.
So you guys have 1,000 playmats in the store, probably.
We have a lot of playmats, and the inherent problem with them is we don't have a good way to display them. So
every once in a while, you lay them out on the tables, and
yeah. And the
do you
big
have
events.
the playmat left of the?
We have a handful of the new one left. We're getting very low on the old ones. We had a handful of old ones. I think we sold the majority of them. We might have 1 or 2 of the older ones left, but we only get a limited amount of them made.
Yeah, I would imagine they're not the cheapest thing in the world.
Right. And basically, we just sell the extra ones to try to like break even. But this was the new one.
Super nice.
I don't think it's.
Oh, you're going the wrong way. Yeah, go back in the middle. There you go. Pick it up. So all you furries out there, this one's perfect for you. Look at how cute that wolf is.
Look at that Game King. Ah.
Do you even yiff, bro?
Oh.
What?
Oh man, look what somebody said.
Is that you?
Oh, I guess he's gonna have to.
Oh man,
We can
paper bag. Paper bag Paul.
That
Paper Paul.
was you, wasn't it?
We just said we'll take any suggestion. If you
Any
can
suggestion?
if you can figure out how to
One
use
of
the internet.
one of our viewers.
No, Paul is an
suggested it.
expert salesman on eBay.
Oh,
Yes.
don't start with
Did
that.
we tell you that?
No.
Oh yeah.
He's got 989 positive references for sales that he's made
Really?
on one of his 4 accounts.
You have 4 accounts on eBay? That's super impressive. I'm assuming none of this is true just by the way he's talking.
It's true. I just can't prove it.
How long ago has it been since you used eBay?
4 years.
Then you don't have any of that. It's 6 months. That's
Yeah,
how long.
That's what I know. I figured that.
No, we can track our stuff for 2 months.
You can track it, but your rating only reflects the last 6 months of.
No. He can't even log into his account. The
Yeah.
account.
Did you see the accounts?
No.
Nothing.
I searched the accounts. It says account does not exist.
He can't even prove he has an email address.
I've never seen you be able to use anything technologically savvy. I don't believe that you're mastered 4 eBay accounts. What did you sell 1,000 of on eBay?
I was selling figures.
You sold 1,000 of them?
You sold 1,000 different lots of Warhammer figures.
Not just Warhammer. HeroClix. Star
When did you start
Wars
playing
figures.
When did you start
race
playing?
car
When did you
models.
start playing HeroClix? I'm just curious.
As a matter of fact, you gave away all your hero clicks because you couldn't figure out how to eBay them.
No, I gave them away because I didn't want to play anymore.
Wait. When did you start playing HeroClix?
So
About three years ago.
Oh, cool. Because you just said that you were selling them on an account you haven't been on in 5 years.
so
4 years ago around there.
So-
but I
Well, you
had-
just said you haven't. Regardless, you just
and
said.
you sold your
story
hero books on
changes.
eBay and gave them all away to that
Yeah,
kid.
I did.
But you just said you were selling them 2 years before you started
Hey, I'm
playing
old.
the
I don't
game.
remember too many things. Okay.
I think this is a Paul story. This is why we goof on Paul. He literally just
Right
told me-
here, just
Yep.
this. Well, it's
No.
not just this. There's a million.
Proof
things.
is
This is my-
recording, so
this is
Because
my
I'm
favorite.
old, they don't trust me because I'm nuts.
Actually, inherently, most old people, I assume, know what they're talking about. It's wisdom comes with age. This is my favorite. Ready? All right, Paul, you got to make a jump. Let's roll and see if you make it. Yep,
Hits.
hits. What'd you roll? It hits. Oh, it's a 4.
Got it.
You want this?
Well, it's just kind of on my fluffy body. You might want to see something else.
Like, oh, Paul, did you know what the difficulty class that you're trying to hit was? Nope. No idea. What was,
All right, so let's do this like the Roman Colosseum. Paul's story, yay or nay? Ah man, I guess we gotta send them out to the lions.
No, we're just
The
making-
Lions.
We'll just make them clean the auditorium.
No pun intended. The lions. Somebody's the lions.
So, it may seem like we're just picking on a harmless old man, but the reality is Paul.
To be fair, we pick on everybody. Just
That's
Paul
true.
slightly more than most.
But Paul
Paul gives
brings
us
it
a lot of
himself.
ammunition. Like
He literally
I can only fire the ammunition that I've been given.
Well,
brings
that's
it
also what I'm saying.
himself every time.
I don't make fun of people that I'm not friends with because that's mean.
Well, yeah.
That's the way it goes. Although I do think the best joke of today's stream was definitely when I called Nick a big nerd. I thought that was masterfully crafted.
He invented D&D
I did not.
in Connecticut.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
I never said that ever in my entire
He
life.
definitely told me that
He's on the
Boba
hot
Fett was
seat
in the
now.
new Star Wars Destiny set. and
Well, it's
then
funny
tried
because
to
you
deny
told
it.
me Boba Fett.
Yeah,
was
I
in
did. But unlike some people, I will tell you that I will admit that I told you.
So what is it though? You basically regurgitated false information. You're just as bad as everybody on Facebook.
But I went and found out, and then
And then
rectified
corrected
the
it, yeah.
situation. Ha. I'm not perfect, but when I screw up, I'll at least fess up. Sometimes I'll even do something that I know is wrong, and then I'll admit it. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's almost like self-accountability means something.
That's all you can zoom in.
It's almost like if I make up a story and get caught, I might just fess up and get it over with. Otherwise, I'm going to have to sit here and be chastised about it for the rest of my life.
It's not a lie.
I didn't say it was a lie. I
You
just said it was a
you might have
story.
like sold one thing on eBay once, but I don't believe that you have 5 accounts that are at
Well, I
AAA,
had different
thousands
accounts
things
because
sold.
I couldn't remember my original one.
You probably had 5 accounts and then sold something on one of them. I think that's probably more
Maybe even
accurate.
a couple things, but there's no way in hell you had 1,000 rating.
989, Nick. Get it right.
All right, there's no way you had a rating of 989.
Yeah,
And that's positive reviews.
I do know. So how long did you sell for on eBay? Let me just ask you that.
4 years.
You sold for 4 years, which means you were selling something every other day for 4 years. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
So that was your full-time job, was eBay, for 4
That was
years.
only part-time.
But you were selling something every other day at least.
Hoping that I do it, yeah. But I've been posting.
Well, if you were...
no,
If
you
you
said
sold, you sold
989
1,000
positive
items in
references.
4 years, and 989 are positive, which means you probably sold about 1,100 in that case.
Because some people won't give you a review, some will be neutral. Like
Yeah,
it
more than
happens.
half of the people don't give you
And
reviews. So that's going to
Selling
mean
that
that it's
volume,
like,
you're bound to get at least 1 or 2 negatives.
yeah, so that's going to be at least 2,000 because at least half people don't rate, right? Does
Right.
that sound? I'm not sure how it works specifically,
There's
but if
gotta
it's
be a-
if it's left up to rating, and it's not manual that they have to do it.
Right.
That means you sold 2,000 things in 4 years, which means you were selling more than a single item every day. Does that sound like what you were doing?
No.
Okay.
So are there days
That's the
that,
first thing you said all day. I agree with.
So do you think that maybe it was like 98 items over 4 years? Because
No.
that seems significantly more believable.
Let's put it this way. Whatever the red star is, that's what I had.
the red star is
The
super negative.
No, the red
Yeah.
star.
Yeah, the red star is negative.
That's the,
No.
I don't actually know that. I'm just
The
saying
worst.
that.
No, the
I
red
pretty sure
star
it
is.
Yeah, because
every,
we have-
every,
the negatives.
every
we
so
have a
many
really
that
high
you make-
rating, and our star is purple.
So every
Although they,
amount
in
of
fairness, they
levels you do.
probably have changed the color code a few times.
I had a red star.
Red star means that you have 1,000 to 4,999 positive feedback rating, which means
So even if you had 989,
were you using someone else's account and you sold something?
No.
Well, you just told me that you were selling 1 to 2 items a day. In order to hit this number that you're saying.
Posting.
Well, that's
you said positive references.
yes.
Positive
I do have
references
positive.
come after sold items.
So you're saying that you sold 1 to 2 items a day for a 4-year period? Is that what you're claiming right now? Does that sound
All
right?
I can tell you is that I got a red star.
Do you think it is at all possible that you are exaggerating or misremembering the numbers that you're claiming?
He's trying to
right
give you an out here.
Maybe not remembering too much.
All right,
Because
Remember
I'm
something that
old.
didn't happen. That which is dead cannot die.
I do think it's possible that you are incorrect on
Some of the particulars of this
some of
statement.
I believe that there was. I think things that sound totally reasonable are
You
multiple
sold
eBay
something
accounts.
once.
Multiple eBay accounts because you forget your password because that's exactly how my dad was.
Hey, how's it going, Brian?
Brian Chappelle, thanks for the follow. We're at the very end of the show
Yeah,
right now.
it's about ending.
We're going to be every Monday at 11-ish.
And,
You can also catch all of our past broadcasts where we make fun of Paul on
YouTube.
YouTube. So why don't we all say goodbye? We'll start off with Paul. You have any parting words? Parting shots you'd like to...
I am not a crook.
You get to insult
I'm not
anybody.
a liar.
All right. Nick?
See you guys later. Thanks to everybody who came to the pre-release.
See you later. Thanks for joining.
Paul is a liar.